class, welcome to Circles. So you know what a circle is. A circle has a center and you have all points that are equidistant from the center at a distance called r, the radius. Okay, so this is going to be the standard form of a circle for the conic section, and h and k are going to be the center of our circle. So we have h, comma, k. So it's the opposite sign for the x coordinate and the opposite sign for the y coordinate. The radius is r, and so the diameter is the length all the way across, so you know that to be 2r. So for the first example, we want to find the standard form of the equation of the circle centered at 9, minus 3 with a diameter of 8. So if the diameter is 8, then you know that r equals 4. So the center is 9, minus 3, so you know h is 9 and k is minus 3. So we're going to plug it into the standard form equation above. So it's x minus h, my h is 9, squared, plus y minus k, so it's minus a negative 3, which becomes plus 3, squared, equals r squared. And since the diameter was 8, the radius is 4, so 4 squared is 16. And that would be the standard form of a circle. Okay, so this is the second problem, and we need to find the center and the radius of the circle, and we were given this. It's not given to us in this nice standard form. So when we're given the standard form, like problem 1, we knew, oh, the radius is 4, and the center is 9, minus 3. So what we need to do is need to complete the square. And if you don't remember how to do completing the square from algebra, then you need to review that topic. Okay, so in order to review this, complete the square, I'm going to put the x's together. So I'm just going to rearrange the terms so that the x's are grouped together. And I'm going to leave some space for completing the square. Then I'm going to write the y's. Y squared minus 2y. And then I'm going to bring that 4 to the other side. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides. So it's equals 4. Okay. So now that I've grouped my x's and my y's, I can go about completing the square. So to complete the square, I do these next 2 lines together. Okay. So when we complete the square, we want to write it as a perfect square. Okay, so it's going to be x something, and then y something equals some number. And if we add anything on the left-hand side, we have to add it to the right-hand side also. So let me get rid of that. Okay, so when you complete the square, you look at your 4 minus 4x term. You take half that number, which is minus 2, and that goes there. So always half of that number goes down here. And then you take this number down here, minus 2, and you square it, and that becomes a plus 4, because minus 2 times minus 2 is positive 4. So we added 4 to the left-hand side of the equation, so we're going to add 4 to the right-hand side of the equation. We're going to do the same thing with the y's. So looking at the y's, we have a minus 2, so you take half of minus 2, which is minus 1. You square minus 1. Minus 1 squared is plus 1. So we have a plus 1 we added on the right-hand side of our equation, so we're going to add 1 to the right-hand side. Okay, so now we're just going to simplify. 4 plus 4 plus 1 is 9. So this is standard form. I'm just going to write it neatly. X minus 2 squared plus y minus 1 squared equals 9. So this is standard form. Remember that this number is r squared, so that tells us r equals 3, so the radius is 3. And this gives us h is 2, and this says k is 1, because remember it's x minus your h. Okay, so the center is 2, 1. Okay, so the center is 2, 1, so we can graph that point. So 2, 1, and the radius is 3, so I'm going to go right 3, up 3, left 3, and down 3, all from the center. And then what you do is you do the best you can to make a little circle. know you're doing this freehand, so it's just the best you can do. And then I want you to label the important values on your axes. 2, 3, 4, 5, minus 1, minus 2, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so all of my dots have values marked on the x and the y axis. Okay, so just to recap this, we had to put this into standard form. And the standard form, remember, is x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is r squared. So I grouped the x terms together and left some space. Then I grouped the y terms together and left some space. And then I put the constant of minus 4 to the other side. To complete the square, the rule is you can't have a number in front of the x squared term. So you take the coefficient of 4x, you do half of that, which is minus 2, and then you square it to get 4. We added 4 on the left, so we add 4 on the right. Then we group the y terms. So I took half of minus 2, which is minus 1, and then we squared it. I added 1 here, so I have the other 1 there. So now we have the standard form. And the center is x minus h, so h is minus 2, k is minus 1, and 9 is my r squared. So we had the center and so on. And that is circles. So you should read the examples in your book, examples 1, 2, and 3 in your book in section 9.1 pertain to circles. So you should read those and take notes.